It's time to get ridiculous. It's time to get freaking ridiculous. So let's just go ahead and tap into it. You know my squad. You know my squad. I said now ain't nobody messing with my squad. You know my squad. You know my squad. Okay, Scribe Squad, it is time for our rant of the day. And so this is what's on my mind today. You guys told me to start tapping into different topics and just talking to you guys. So we're going to talk it up. It is so ridiculous, redonkulous, flabbergasting, mind-boggling, and uncontrollably insane that I just had to talk about the upcoming Logan Paul FLoyd Mayweather fight. And here's the thing. As I caught all those beautiful adjectives, at the same time, at the very same time, it is absolutely genius. It is absolutely freaking genius for them to do this. And here's why. Now, do you really sit here and think that Logan Paul is going to beat FLoyd Mayweather? No, you don't seriously think that. And you know that if he does, then it's probably, set up so that they can make even money on a second fight. And let's be honest, we would still all watch the second fight. So this is why it's all genius. Now, everybody's like, well, if FLoyd loses to Logan, then his legacy is... If it's a real loss, like we could really see FLoyd trying to win, and it's not a sham, and he really loses, then yeah, okay, that's gonna be bad. And think about, for Logan, it's a win-win because nobody expects for Logan to win, right? So if Logan just hangs in there, if he makes it through the entire fight and he makes it through, that's a win for him. That means you can honestly sit here and say that Logan is a legitimate boxer. And truthfully speaking, I believe that him and his brother Jake are actually, pretty athletic, and they might have a nice career in boxing. I truly believe this. I believe that they're underrated and they're actually talented. Now, no way in hell do I believe that Logan Paul is a better fighter than FLoyd Mayweather. And I'm all about the underdog, but bro, we are out of your league. There is levels to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, FLoyd Mayweather is considered a GOAT of boxing. Some people call him the GOAT, but for sure a GOAT. It's the equivalent of me right now. And I go and I train basketball for 2 years. And then I go and I try to take Candace Parker one-on-one. I might score a point. I might score 2 points. Who's going to win that battle, though? Candace Parker is, right? Like, rightfully so. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's her. She's the winner because she's a GOAT. And so that's the equivalent. And I'm not saying it's impossible for me to win the battle, but is it probable? No, it's absolutely not probable. But here's the reason why FLoyd Mayweather is a GOAT. And think about it. Like, FLoyd Mayweather, in his era, had this uncanny ability to capture media attention. This is before social media, and create a frenzy around him, this personality, this whole thing. And the GOATs of the sports world have always been able to do that, whether it's their characteristics, their personality being kind of like off, or being arrogant, or whatever it was that they did to capture the attention. We know that's star quality, whether you like the person or not. Star quality. Logan Paul and Jake Paul do have star quality personalities. So to me, people are like, this doesn't make any sense. It does make sense, because if you look at FLoyd, you look at his track record in his career, he's always been able to capitalize and monetize things. Now, the brother man, he might not be able to read too many books, and that's no shade. That's literally from his mouth. But he does know how to count some dollar signs, right? And so I think that it's absolutely genius for him to be the one to be like, you know what, these kids are making so much money. Matter of fact, I need to hop on this. Not that he needs even more money, because, he has oogles and oogles of money. But why not it be him to say, okay, instead of the boxing world hating on the YouTubers and the influencers and all these people, why don't we use this to our benefit? Why don't we, bring this, and we could really change boxing. So if that means we have fighters, like, who are legit fighters, you know what I'm saying,
on the ticket of, and that means they get more exposure, then great. And I think it's just this mentality that I've been noticing with the different generations. It's like, whoa, you guys aren't real, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what classifies as a real boxer? You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul and Logan Paul have been putting in the work. They've been technically training. You're just mad that they were smart enough to already have a fan base and cultivate that fan base into a sport that they wanted to do. They got tired. They became the kings of social media. They got tired of that. So they said, let's use social media, because at some point we just gonna grow out, right? Let's use social media to make us money over here and do something that we actually want to do. Stop hating on that. And people just want people to take the traditional route of, oh, grinding it out, blah, 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 and then having social media and the fame that comes with it. We're in 2021. It doesn't really work like that anymore. Nowadays, in order for you to be successful, even in business now, people are now having to adapt and having some type of social media presence in order for their business to function, or being online. You saw that during the pandemic. It was like, if you had a business and you wasn't online, you didn't have, or if you was a fast food place, you better have a drive-through. You have to constantly adapt, and people are stuck in this old ways. And the boxing industry is one of those industries, I feel like, that got, the reason why it went down is because it got stuck in so much. The people up top were making all the money. It was like, no, we got to keep it this way, instead of adapting, evolving, and letting other people get in. Because they know that if they let other people get in, now you see platforms like DAZN, or the platform now that's hosting this really is a rant, the Jake Paul, Logan Paul fights. Those platforms are just people who are starting up streaming platforms. It's like, look, we'll cut you the check, like, and they're profiting off of it versus the traditional cable channels like HBO, Showtime, all those platforms. Like, so here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm fascinated by this fight. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that I'm gonna buy it, but somebody's probably gonna be streaming it on YouTube, and I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the fight, and it's just entertaining. It's great entertainment. I'm curious. To be honest, I think a better fight would have been Jake Paul and FLoyd Mayweather, because I think Jake is a better fighter than his brother Logan. And I like the fact that he has that arrogant personality. I feel like it would have been more drama. He stole his hat. You guys saw that. So just watch. Let's be entertained, and I'll see what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Love you guys. See you next time.